A horrendous crime happened in the rural area of Piripiri, shocking over 200 people. Coco Biawi, the young Maria da Consolação Lustosa, who was 17 at the time, was violated and killed. A crime still alive in the memory of many Periperienses.
Where was Consolation heading the whole holiday period? The house of your aunt, Mrs. Francisca Gomez. Exactly where we are now. But unfortunately, on that day, one day she was surprised by the killer.
She left here. Here there was a fundiarara that was from your Pituca, right? Dear Pituco also there. Here in the market, she picked up, went. She went up, her friends went to ship. They even didn't want her to go. There was going to be a celebration. One of them told me about this not long ago. And then she went up to this guy here, went up with him, but she didn't even know, didn't have any contact because she didn't know him, right?
Mrs. Francisca, was this the house where your niece, after all, used to spend her holidays?
Every time I see, it's the difference in life. She went down and then she was standing. So the villain slowed down the car. So I think she went down. She used to come alone, didn't she? Then the guy sees her going down, then he went down too and followed.
How did she not realize that nobody was going after her? Then, if bad things also happened, she moved on, heading to my aunt's house alone. It's about 2 kilometers away from the road all the way. Where did he get her? It was from behind, grabbed and dragged her to the place over there, and what happened, you know?
The boy, just this girl, she came in my car, got off. Now the person passing the entrance of that one, over there, right, is going down the first. And I left it there, like in front, this skinny guy, he was dying, went down, asked to get off, I got off, he got down there. So it's the same day. What happened, James? He doesn't have a dream. The guy is a driver, he works. Okay, I'll see you all later. See you, bye-bye. Hated this so much.
I think her mom missed her. She thought she was here. That's when she felt her absence there and sent for her. Men were born and we're here, you know. Then she isn't. Then later, a guy, at this time, it was peak time, he was hunting peak. Hey, see? Have you heard of Sepeswa from the group? It was Yaxika, right? It was her little house.
Look, at that time when they found her, he would wake up with about 10 skulls to get it. But like, he didn't talk. He was just bones, hair, and sandals. Look what happened. Because at any moment, I needed to change. Thank you.
The man who committed this atrocity, did you know him?
I came to be heir to slums and plagues.
Did he walk around your house?
It's just to shake things up a bit. Nobody thinks about the current, right?
His father, his grandfather, was raised by my grandfather, right? I was raised with my grandfather there. I'm at my grandfather's house, right? But there's no kinship at all. They spiced it up, yes, until not too long ago, he really had a greater interest, a greater obsession with her and everything. She would want a guy like that who looked at him and already saw a monster. It's not judging by his way, but the harmful behavior he had from there. But she never, ever gave anything that she didn't even know. Because he never even knew. He just talked there, just commented and such. The entire story told by the criminal himself is a thing. Out of the ordinary, the guy said at the time that he had dragged her there, caught her from behind, dragged her. It's about 100 meters from the roadside to a boat going inside, right? She cut off, rejected when the guy called, right? That he had to give one of her decolis. She didn't walk anymore. But still, she spent 3 or 4 days attending, raping, until she eventually died for good. The water, they say he used to do something that, I'm not even going to talk about the water, which is something you can't talk about. Is it natural, isn't it?
It was a terrible thing, and there was a lot of suffering. I knew him, Mr. Antonio.
What did you give me not to be hot?
It was my style that ran deep into the bush after him, and deep down inside, he was able to knock him down and dominate him. If I'm not mistaken, at that time, he was only sentenced to 18 years. The crime is from John the Bravado, but it was only 18 years. After, we were not happy to know, but before we knew, he was there on the soccer field. When we were kids, he would hug us, call us brother-in-law. He had done this already. I even filmed it. He was there. He had already done that. And he walked around there all, I don't know, and even called me brother-in-law.
And exactly in this place where the young lady Consolation was attacked, violated, and killed. The suffering was so great that people in this area started to believe she would be a miraculous soul. It was built here, a chapel where receives a visit from various people from the region and even from other states who come here to make promises. Have you ever made a promise to her?
Well.
I love Mila Cruz. People come on directly, make a promise with her because she was a suffering soul and has the power that God gave her by the miracle of your person, belief and faith. And she, with several people, my sister has a son here, she has 20 in Sao Paulo. Now the promise.
There are many materials like these that people leave. Sometimes to prevent a fire, we are having to stop. People take uniforms, notebooks, prayers, pictures of people, children, adults. They take, inclusive, there are 3 years. The priest of our church here, he was celebrating the Mass there. And when he finished the Mass, he said, boy, if this were in France, I believe she already has CCP party. Yeah, it goes from casual to even sanctified.
The remains of Consolação were buried at the São Francisco Municipal Cemetery in Piripiri. Before the construction of the sanctuary and the community, his tomb was the refuge of the devotees, a place where they made their promises. After 43 years, what remains are the memories and longing for the young Consolation, who left prematurely, but left in the family's heart. Beekeepers and devotees, hope and faith.
And bring you this day.